I don't think there's anything left here. You think you'll play WoW Classic when it comes out? I assume not. Oh, you are gonna try it out? Cool. We can all set up a server we go on or something. Keep it the most spicy. I think getting everybody on the same server wouldn't be an issue. I think picking factions would be the hard part. But what faction would you pick? Order Alliance. Last time I talked about it with people was during Diablo 2 and we never came to an agreement. Yeah, it seems like a lot of people are Alliance, but I was like, Horde. It's rough because going Classic is all about nostalgia, right? Yeah, that's the thing, is it depends on how much people care. Cactus seemed pretty set on going to Alliance. I was pretty set on going Horde. I don't think Ripper or anything had played Classic, so I don't know how much they would care. I mean, I don't even know anything about like vanilla paladins other than versing them in PvP. That would be lost. I know a lot more about shaman. And I mean, it'd probably be easier to fight a shaman as a rogue. Maybe Alliance would be better there, but there's always something fun about a paladin against a rogue. And then raiding and shit. It's a bigger deal, Alliance, than Horde and vanilla. Yeah, they could hit really hard. I mean, back in the day, everybody just did more damage, I guess, in PvP and shit. Or maybe it wasn't that they did more damage, it was that there wasn't these insane health pools and like resilience and shit. Like as a rogue, I'm fully expecting to be able to like one-shot Lothies, or at least unlock them and kill them. No resistance. But I also had good gear back then, so. Yeah, good gear and vanilla, it's purely like raiding. There's not really PvP gear until you're like max rank. Even then, I don't remember how good that shit was. I get my Pyroblast. Yeah, that was always fun. You get the dudes who do Presence of Mind, like double Pyroblast bullshit. PvP. That would kill somebody, like, for sure. Spell steal, yeah. A lot of cool shit. Yeah. Yeah, mages were always a pain to deal with on any class. Just a lot of stuff they could do. You had to go out of your way to do more as a rogue because they could get out of like a couple stuns and. Oh god, I don't have to like grind like Fade Leaf, dude. I'll probably just get herbalism if I do vanilla. Well, the fucking leatherworking shit was pretty good. I'm gonna do skinning and leatherworking. Buy a fucking Fade Leaf, dude. To have that entire bag to like house like millions of like rogue mats, like thieves tools, to like 10 different types of poison. I need to buy fade leaf to even use blind, vanishing powder, level up weapons. Yeah, that's not too bad depending on your class. But yeah, look forward to it. But it's pretty funny. Didn't really switch off too much. I mean, I guess if you're like a two-handed warrior or some shit like that, right? But like as a rogue, it's like you just do daggers. And there was the sword class, but I mean they're pretty separate situations.
合宿中は語学友の世話でかかりきりでしょ。そんなことないぞ。みんなセイブ。あ、いや、ともかく気を使わないでいい。突然のことだし、人手も足りてない。そうは言いますが、皆さんが練習をされているときは。実はセイバーにもこれは遠坂の提案。は？演劇に私がですか？
Oh, Vanilla was really hard about that. Yeah. I remember a good memory of that. One of the best examples was Ataraxia. Because you'd fight her in the like standard dragon fighting position, tank, you know, tank over here, DPS on either side, nobody in the back because of the tail whip and shit. And you had to wait like forever. We didn't have like aggro meters. I think some people might have had aggro, I'm not sure, but I didn't have one, right? And so you just wait for a certain amount of time, and then like you just like unload, and if you unloaded like too hard or like too early, you would just rip aggro, and then it would turn the boss and like destroy all the casters, or the fire breath would destroy your side. We had anesthetic poison, which we tried for a bit, which lowered aggro occasionally on proc. I don't remember if I think faint might have been in it already. What I'd usually do was unload just like fucking crazy, unload, then vanish to drop all aggro, then like unload again, and then usually it was fine. That was a good thing as a rogue, was like if I ever just like fucked it up just for a second, unless it was the kind of boss that instantly would kill everybody, I could just like vanish, you know, just cut all the aggro. But other than that, yeah, you had to have a bunch of tools. Sometimes you just have to like auto attack if the tank couldn't do enough. Red generation. And the trash pulse, once we got good enough, you just unload and just like evade tank or something, just stupid shit. Disappears fall to reset aggro, yeah. Same thing. That's the thing though, is like right out of stealth you do insane damage because like ambush and shit if you're spec towards it as a rogue, so that initial like explosion was always nasty. Yeah, you'd have to wait a while. Depended on the boss, and like some bosses you're moving around and shit, so you can't just like, you're not always doing your rotation, so you don't have to worry about it. Like if a tank like died or something, then you've got like this odd aggro because the off tank, you don't have as much, and you're like already fucking rolling in it. I had a few dodge tank situations during progression where we still killed some shit, but when you can only do so much. A few trinkets and prep and all that. But usually that's just bad news. Because most bosses back then had like some kind of positional thing. Like you couldn't face it towards the right. I mean most bosses nowadays do too.
その無理強いする気はないんだが。でもさ、出演してくれたら嬉しい。
Grill's Lair was the one I was thinking of. Our first successful Grill's Lair attempt, I dodge tanked for like 30 seconds and then we killed him with like 2 people. Yeah. The last one I did in BC was... We finished Serpent Shrine Cavern, I think we did like the first half of Tempest Keep, and then I pretty much just stopped raiding at that point. We had fused with another guild when BC came out. Guild was called like Cold Fusion or some shit. And I didn't like a lot of the people. I had other interests going on. So I stopped raiding as hard. And I think I quit soon after around Black Temple. I don't even know if Black Temple would come out when I quit. And so I missed Hyjal and the Terrace or whatever the fuck. Yeah, we made it through Serpentine. I didn't raid every time in Serpentine. I was already starting to like kind of waver. I went to all the Karazhans. I was pretty much one of the Karazhan dudes. But I always dig to like the smaller ones. I gotta always be the guy running people through Zul'Grub and all that shit. Back in the day, I loved Zul'Grub. But I mean, I did all the vanilla raiding except Nax Rammus came out so close to Burning Crusade, nobody really did that, but so I never got to do much Nax. But we almost beat Cthulhu in vanilla, and then that was around, you know, BC was out and shit. My little guild went to a larger hardcore guild. Yeah, see, that's kind of what happened with ours. Was that as soon as I just logged in one day, I was like, oh, this is the BC login day, you know, like, let's go. Nobody's in the guild. And then one of the, because back then you had class, like, for us, we had, like, class officers, right? Like, my officer, the rogue one, asked, was like, hey, man, you know, we want you in this or whatever, do you want to come? And I don't know if it's just because I was there for a long time or they wanted me for the rating. I always did good, but, I mean, at that point, I was, like, kind of whatever about it. But no, we did make Theradon and Gruul and Serpentine. And yeah, I started to taper in Serpentine and Tempest Keep, so. Since then, I never did like super serious raiding. I mean, Cataclysm I would do like raid finders and shit. And Pandora was a little more serious. I did like try hard pugs and shit. Even some heroic ones. And might even done like a couple mythic attempts, but as in I play MMOs for more of the chill nowadays. I'm not into the, like the. That's not that I don't like the idea of raiding. Like maybe I would do it with our people, but the thing is, in vanilla, it's 40. It's 40 people. So like, I can't just be like, hey, dude, the guys from the stream and a few more. It's like the guys from the stream would make like a few members of it. And the hell if I want to make a 40-man, you know, like set up a 40-man. So like, I feel like I would have to join something. I mean. Pugs are gonna be maybe easy. I mean, everybody should know the fights and the pugs, but everybody's gonna think they're the best. Cause I played vanilla and I played vanilla and I played vanilla, so it's just gonna be like stupid. Can't wait to do 40 minutes. Yeah, I'm looking forward to doing it again. It was pretty magical back in the day. I mean, the fights probably aren't as the fights were hard, but they're probably not as like, you know, not as much moving around, a lot more stats, weird gimmicks and shit. Just managing 40 people is some of the hard parts. I mean, it probably won't have as much magic, because I mean, that was like my first MMO. 40 people was crazy then. Now it's like, I mean, just an extra 10, 20 people. You're used to it. The fights aren't like probably that crazy. I mean, Molten Core's, I wouldn't call it dry. It's exciting because there's so many, everything's larger than life and there's just a bunch of shit and there's millions of bosses, but it's not like nowadays in WoW where there's like fucking targets flying all over the ground and like these little gimmicks happening in the fights. Like, the fights are probably cooler nowadays, but I don't know. The scale and like some of the simplicity of it was really cool back then. There was a lot more work done in the shop, like back, like before you go in there. Insane amount of gear crafting necessary. I mean, even if you just beat Rag, like resistances and shit, you gotta have like fire resist gear and stuff, and it's a lot. And a lot of fire resist gear needed like, you know, like weird farming, core hound farming, You needed certain people who could do like Finkel Skinner and all that to do Ataraxia. Like you can't even do Nefarian without everybody having the fucking cloak, which is the Blackwing layer final boss. Molten Core is decent, but everything else is actually pretty good. Like Blackwing layer is cool as fuck. Ataraxia was cool. Ancrage is still one of my favorites. Good crafted? Yeah, there's good crafted gear for sure. I mean, better than there is now, right? I mean, now you can get better than the crafted shit in like 2 seconds, but back then, I mean, there was pretty serious shit. I mean, I had a whole like agility fire resist set that was pretty much all crafted just to fight Rag. I mean, there's, like I said, like the cape, the black scale cape, whatever it was called, like, that has to be crafted. And you have to do that pretty much to even fight Nefarian. I don't remember how much good stuff is crafted, but there's definitely more. I mean, shit, the legendary, you have to craft fucking the Sulfuron hammer to even use it, right? Like, I mean, crafting was more important. The fire things you get in the grand. The fire things. I'm trying to remember. I remember essence farming, and wow, god. That's gonna suck. Essence farming for like flasks and shit. The guild alchemist, man. I'd always just sell essence of air and shit. That was so fun. The fire essence things, oh yeah, that's a holdover from vanilla. I think they're just called essence of X, you know, like fire, air, and WoW, and vanilla WoW. But you needed them for like most shit, especially all alchemy shit. Yeah, leatherworking was weird. Skinning, vanilla. You had to get Finkel's Skinner to raise your skinning past the cap, that you could actually skin a lot of big bosses and shit, like Ataraxia. So you had to like farm Upper Blackwing and shit. Upper Blackrock, and wasn't that bad, but it was odd. But no. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, I mean, getting drops is still probably more important, but I think crafting played a bigger role, at least for like resistance and shit. I don't remember much resistance work being necessary in Blackwing Lair though. I think Ancrage had some nature resistance shit, which was rough, because that was really odd, but I don't think it was that bad. Naxxramas probably had an ass load of frost stuff, but we never, I mean, to even get in Naxxramas, you had to be like exalted or revered with the Argent Dawn or something, so it was just like this weird grind to even get into the raid. Oh god, there's gonna be that too. The fucking the attunement quests, dude. Those are serious, man. Some of those fuckers are nasty, man. Attunements are fun. Molten Cores is just like pretty much do every single high-end like big dungeon. And the biggest one is like, I forget, Upper Blackrock Spire is a 10-man. That was like just a normal dungeon. It was just 10-man. Yeah, Ataraxia. I don't remember. I don't think Molten Core is that hard. I know where you do it and what you have to pick up, but I don't remember if it takes that much. I mean, I know you need to go through Blackrock Depths, which is a pain, but it's not that hard. I mean, Molten Core is the first raid, and Ataraxia, so it's like, it's not that bad. I can't remember if any of them required you to beat all of the world bosses, though. That might have been Ancrage. Dude, I'll definitely turn it back on just to do the server opening of Ancrage. That was still one of my biggest nostalgia, like my favorite moments. Like the whole server-wide event, everybody working together to like open the raid and shit. Yeah, AQ shit's cool. AQ had just awesome atmosphere too. Just awesome. I remember the server crashed so many times when I was sitting there in the front of AQ and shit, and the Anubis dudes are like spawning, and you're like, yeah. It was cool, dude. We did the 20-man a lot. That was fun. The 20-mans are always easy. That it was the gates of Ancraj, or is it the ruins? The 20-man. That one was cool. I remember listening to like, I think it was Sandstorm, dude. Like just like actually listening, enjoying it. Like while I was doing the final boss in AQ20, dude. Just stupid shit like that. I was like, I remember listening to like Godsmack and like Enya when I was fighting Nefarian and Blackwing Lair. Just like unreal, like I mean I still like Enya, but like fucking Godsmack and shit, dude. On like Windows Media Player. Just fucking that. That's weird, man. I get more balls back then than I do now, man. I wouldn't even have my music file out nowadays, just to be so focused. Less try hard. Yeah, AQ was cool, dude. Really big. I mean, to tune for it's like crazy, or like open it for the first time, but pretty much need to do like everything grade wise. And pretty much you're just farming Blackwing Lair, and then there's a lot of like world bosses and shit. World bosses will be cool. World bosses aren't something you could just do like nowadays with like random groups of people. They still required like coordination, but we'll see if people can pug it. Who knows? The mushroom guy, dude. I'm just gonna go die the mushroom guy and wipe whatever group it is. The emerald drakes are just weird. I don't remember if Kazakh was even hard. It was in BC. Was it the robot? Well, they moved Kazakh, right? So Kazakh was in like, he went from Blasted Lands to a world boss in Hellfire Peninsula. Kazakh, yeah. He was up on the terrace, kind of. That's how you spell, I think. Then there was the robot outside of Blackwing or Black Temple. I don't remember if there's any other world bosses. We didn't do that much world boss action. I was focused on the raids. I remember the Kazakh one because I think I let my voice slip a little, and somebody in the Fused Guild was like, "What the hell? Is there a kid here?" Or something. Like, whoop. That's about all I can remember of Kazakh. I didn't do it much. Oh, the Emerald Dragons? Yeah, I remember just some crazy moments. The one in, I think it was Arathi, not Highlands. It was Arathi. The Hinterlands. It was just called the Hinterlands, I think. I think that, was that the, somebody remember? Was that the mushroom one? There's the Hinterlands one, the Wetlands one. The one in, Jesus, where are they all? There's 4, right? There's one in Feralis. And, yeah, there's one in Duskwood. He's like right in the middle. Feralis one's the upper right. I think the Hinterlands is like in just the right side, or like upper right. But, there's one of them, I think it was the Hinterlands one. If you died, it would spawn like shrooms all around you. It would pretty much just wreck anybody around the shrooms, and then they would spawn shrooms. So like, it was being a world boss, you'd get like some idiot come in, and, you know, like, or like an alliance guy, or like another raid group. Instead of patiently waiting, they just wipe you, and then nobody ever gets to fucking beat it. That was the problem with those, was like, if you're on a really competitive server, like, the hardest part, we'd have like a 40, we'd bring in like a 40-man, well, more than 40. I mean, the guilds were way bigger than 40 because, you know, you needed extras, but we'd bring in the whole guild. We'd have people PvPing off on the side while we were trying to like beat the boss on the other side, because you don't want all these people running, like dying and like trimming the whole place, and it's just like multi-front fucking retard battle. I don't think we killed many of them just because of shit like that. The funeral video, yeah, and the fucking Winter Spring, dude, that was a fucking godly video back then, man. I ain't no goddamn son of a bitch. They all got banned. The entire guild got banned, man. And they're rolling in through Moonglade or whatever. One of my favorite vanilla videos, if that's the one you're talking about. It was that huge, like, line of people in Winter Spring and shit. Her eyes. Scatman, man. I'm a Scatman. Scatman was everywhere back then, dude. Remember people would make like WoW like porn videos and shit. Just like weird shit back then. The Scatman, dude. Everybody had the Scatman like montages and shit.
急げ。はい。今日と明日ご迷惑をおかけします。
Yeah, I'm sure I did. There's one. The tra-la-la one. You touched my tra-la-la one. That one was stupid back then. And crash people like that, yeah. I always loved the Kazakh videos people would do. Because I was an Alliance. So there was only a few times I got to see a Kazakh wreck Stormwind. Because I mean, sometimes I would just sneak into like cities and just kill people as a rogue because you could just like one-shot dudes. So I didn't get to see him much because I wasn't actually Alliance, but there'd be like the hunters like Kite and Kazakh and shit and Stormwind. Some really good videos of that.
そうなのですか。
何かあるのか。
そろそろ冬物を調達したいのですけど。
It'll be fun. I'll probably just be talking about old stories and shit during my play of Classic, but I don't plan on going too deep. I just want to relive some of it, but I don't think I'll go like ham. Like I'll probably level do to 60. If I can, I'll try maybe some, you know, some pug raids or some shit, unless we can get something serious going. But I don't want to like put too much time into it because I got the stream and stuff. Probably do a lot of PvP though. I mean, if I wasn't raiding, I was PvPing between other shit. I mean, I was always playing, so I was probably doing a lot of shit. What did Iron Forge? Oh yeah, I didn't lag too bad. Computer was good then. Nah, Shattrath is a bitch. Shattrath was always one of my least favorite cities. I just didn't like the look of it. It was a pain. The two different sides, and you like go up one and you teleport, and you're like, oh. Best memory of Shattrath has been one of the first people on the servers riding in on the giant dragon. Cause like when you get the fucking Nether Drake, you ride in on this fucking like massive like citywide dragon, and you just kind of like go around it once, and you land like down where the vendor is. I'm like, oh yeah, baby. Cause like I think I was like me and like a couple other people had done it. Cause we talked, cause we were grinding this fucking the Nether Drake area for like ever. So it's like you knew who was where and who got to farm this area for a while. So I was always a whore for mounts, but that was like the best memory I even had of Shattrath. It's one of those like not so humble moments, right? The Nether Drakes were a bitch, man. I mean, they were the first flying mount that wasn't lame, you know? And they had like higher speed, I thought too. I might be wrong there. I mean, it was just the Wyverns and the Nether Drakes, and then like, I mean, not like anybody would have the Phoenix. I have the Ashes of Valor nowadays, but I never saw anybody with it back then. Yeah, I picked the Onyx one too. It was like just all black and shit. I was like, man, I'm so fucking badass, dude. Now you can just buy them all now, but I can't remember if you could buy them all then or if you had to pick one. I picked the Onyx one then. Yeah, I farmed it like crazy. I mean, we got it within like a week or two. Cause you could infinitely, you did the dailies, cause that was some of like the first dailies. You did the dailies, but you could farm the egg, man. So we would just farm the eggs, dude. Me and a bunch of other assholes, and we fucking dumb PvP moments and shit. Remember, I was just listening to fucking Linkin Park's the Shadows album. I don't remember what was the Shadow of the Day, that album. Just grinding eggs, dude. I enjoyed it though. It was chill. I also liked the area. That's probably why. And the thought of getting a Nether Drake was like godly. That's where I started getting addicted to getting mounts. Like if I ever play WoW nowadays, I just like hoard trinkets and baubles and mounts and pets and shit. I'm like an expansion or two behind now, so it wouldn't really matter, but super into that. I mean, really, those are the only kinds of things that like last. You know? Like those kinds of things. Like you'll always have those. Like gear is like fleeting, man. Like it's cool, the progression and shit. It's nice at the time, but I was always interested in like those things. Yeah, I don't remember how many I had. I wonder if I gotta get on my account and even check. I don't have really much from Warlords, or I mean nothing from Legion. But I had the majority of everything from all the other expansions. Grinded it enough where the best part of getting a mount was that I didn't have to grind the raid anymore. Like when I got Ashes, I was just like, cool dude, never have to come back to Tempest Keep again. I was just like that for everything. That's kind of when I figured it's probably time to stop, man. Don't even enjoy it. Yeah, I always wanted, it always pissed me off because I always wanted to get the achievement for getting an assload of mounts because you'd get another mount. And it'd be like really cool, you know, like